Good morning and salam sejahtera. I'm Nabila. Together with Dr. Murray would like to present the paper with the title Diversifying Local Government Funding in Implementing Green Open Space for Green City Development, a Systematic Literature Review. The success of green open space implementations toward green city development is influenced by the financial stability of the country, which is determined by their local governments' ability to diversify financial resources in order to finance sustainable urban development projects frequently. Traditionally, LG, local government, financial resources come from local tax revenue and financial assistance from the central government. For example, in Malaysia, local governments make full use of their own revenue in taxations. Unlike in Indonesia, their financial resources to finance the management and maintenance costs of green open space implementations, 80% are financed by the private sector through the Corporate Social Responsibility (CSR) program. And both countries practice full dependency on the financial aids from their central or state government. However, most local governments in developing countries are experiencing continuous financing constraints due to the difficulty in diversifying financial resources to finance urban developments, especially in the management and maintenance of green open space, causing the quality of and performance of green open space in Malaysia and Indonesia has been declined. Therefore, the systematic literature review SLR study on the type of a green open space implementation funding was conducted to support the Malaysian and Indonesian government to achieve their national mission of implementing a productive green open space toward green city development. Objective of this study is to mitigate the shortage of financial resources in finance green open space implementation by proposing a strategy to diversifying the fundings. The study used a preferred reporting item and meta-analysis PRISMA method to conduct a SLR, involve 4 processes in selecting irrelevant past articles such as identification process, screening, eligibility, and included process. Total of 602 articles has been identified from 2 databases, Scopus and Web of Science, and 16 relevant articles were selected for a comprehensive review and being included. As presented in this table, there are a total of 3 main themes and 12 sub-themes related to the strategy to diversify local government financial resources. The first main theme in public, starting with levy as the first sub-theme. Levy is the most common and traditional methods that involve taxation, example council tax and business tax, fee or fines, including lists imposed by local governments to their local citizens. For these reasons, many citizens do not agree if additional taxes are imposed on green open space, which has resulted in people who cannot afford to pay, including the homeless, not being able to access green open space publicly. The second sub-theme for public is bond. Unfortunately, findings from Thousand First Employees in 2021 show social environmental impact bond schemes can benefit the social and environmental interests of the people. In the UK, shifting the risk of achievement to private bonds holder, but bonds are not often discussed comprehensively in previous article. The third sub-theme under public is a mega event. For example, China government has intensively allocated public funds USD 48.9 billion to build new facility, upgrade urban infrastructure, and restore environmental quality to welcome the mega events such as the Beijing Olympic 2008. One of the main aspects that has been given crucial attention by the central government is the environmental area, which include green area and urban park developments. This shows that mega events are also an effective financial sources for local government to finance the maintenance costs of green open space in China. Unfortunately, most low-profile cities are neglected under this development program. Second main theme is PPP, public Public-private partnerships have four sub-team, which is a private company. Local government collaborate with a private company to develop urban landscape development. The agreement between local government and the city developer to provide capital funding for new investment in GOS and revenue to meet their maintenance costs, like in Liverpool City. In the UK, the bank is also helping local government in cutting their costs by allowing a bank to hold the initial risk in the provision of land in the weak real estate market or in a volatile market is the way to solve the problem by increasing private investment in green area restoration project. Next is a privatizations, refer to a private investor that privately owns and maintains green open space, but it causing local government to have limited power over the green open space has made green open area have a gate and limited operation over, like at Bell Park in New York City. Besides that, the park also faces the threat of commercial development and exploitations. It gets worse when privatization through commercialization activity make GOS defined as an asset or commodity to be maximized and not being protected. Therefore, many people oppose GOS being privatized. That is a commercialization. Some commercial activity that are often done in the UK parks, such as a ticketed event, entrance fee, cafe, kiosk, shops, and Go app. The weaknesses of the commercial activity in, for example, in Gunnersbury Park as a result of a major event have prevented local people from using green open space facility. The expensive entrance fee and sport facility has increased the social gap, where only the rich can use the park, even though Gunnersbury Park is actually a public park. Next is a CSR, corporate social responsibility. Different privatizations or and commercialization between CSR is the private sector as a fundraiser partner and does not own the green open space. They only raise the fund, donate cash funds, provide material or park furniture as part of their social responsibility, and in exchange, they also can display their company logo in the green open space area. The concept of CSR emphasizes on joint venture with the government, community resource agency, and local community for every social development that is carried out. However, to make this CSR program a success, the management needs high accountability and transparency and the commitment from community and the government involved too. The third main theme is a community public-private partnership, CPPP. CPPP is a new initiative taken by the local government to diversify its income to finance green open space implementation. The costs and benefits are shared by public organizations, businesses, and citizens so that they can both achieve a sustainability. Second is crowdfunding is one of the alternative and innovative resources of finance from CPP and has become a new funding instrument where the community as organizer and manager, including a diverse group of partners and financial together, generate funds to finance the cost of green open space implementation in the UK especially. And in Italy, crowdfunding become one of the most successful type of fundraising collected by various community groups among people, public or civic organizations, including private company, and they are being united in one website called Meridona. It is the first social crowdfunding platform launched on November 2019 that has funded Green Open Space project in March 2020 and recognized by the Italian government and has enshrined in the Italian law. And that is a sponsorship. Private business sponsorship is one of the local government strategy to increase green open space funds, such as in the UK and in the USA. The finding of Mowen ETL 2016 found that in Northern Virginia, Washington DC, corporate sponsorship as an alternative to funding green open space implementation is increasingly being welcomed by legislative body. In addition, sponsorship in the form of a trust from independent charity like NGO, local business sponsor, and endowment, WACAF also provide park facilities such as the benches, which have always been practiced commonly. However, local people still have concern about fund from corporate sponsorship because parks are at risk of being privatized through commercialization activity, thus limiting public access to use the park. The third sub-theme of CPP is a payment for urban ecosystem services, PUES. Richard and Thompson 2019 found that PUES has great potential to be an innovative funding sources to support the development of urban ecosystem involving the three most important city actor, namely public and private organization and citizen. How does PUES work? Through PUES, private company can take government agency or NGO to plant and maintain trees near their premise or house so that they have shaded area, and this can reduce the cost of air conditioning, such as the Acura, Nigeria, and in the city of Sacramento, California, where the construction company has planted 583 in the homeowner private park area. Next, the community self-organized. Such as the community asset transfer practiced by LG in the UK. Local community or interest group are responsible to fund, manage, and maintain green open space by themselves. Furthermore, voluntary maintenance among park club members or local community become volunteer as a fundraiser, with the cost of management and maintenance of the park is through sharing among members. The advantage of a community self-organization park can be saved from commercial exploitation by collaboration between park manager and local government, including among the residents, together with the alliance of park community groups and voluntary associations successful preserve green open space. And the last is a low budget and upcycling strategy. In the city of Faro at Portugal, local government use a thrifty and recycling approach to the Like Good Chips program by reusing abandoned green space area and waste material by creatively transforming and recreating to a new form. And low budget is the best way for saving through the intervention-based approach. It has become a trend in urban landscape development, especially in countries facing the problem of a budget cut from their central governments. For example, the leisure park in Faro adopt a minimalist way to organize all the facility in the park with small financial assistance from their local government, and with the involvement of the high resident nearest to the park. It is more successful compared to other parks because the facility provide meet the needs of a their local user. A rigorous review of sources from two databases has resulted in 16 articles related to LG financial resources in funding the green open space implementation, and found 12 strategy practiced by LG around the world to diversify their financial resources in funding their cost of green open space management and maintenance. Smith 2021 state that commercialization is the most effective strategy, but in the opinion of the author, commercialization has more disadvantages than advantages. One of its common disadvantages is that commercialization increases the social gap between the rich and the poor, or those who can afford to use the facility of GOS, green open space. While according to the Trovato 2021, crowdfunding is the best innovative strategy for diversifying local government financial resources in funding green open space implementation, with collaboration from all levels of society, while Richard and Thompson 2019 suggest that PUES, payment for urban ecosystem services, has great potential to generate sustainable economy and can help local government maximize the advantages of a green open space as the highest value asset in the future. In addition, the author found that crowdfunding and PUES also have the advantage of preventing the culture of requesting exclusive rights that often occur in private company, privatization, commercialization, CSR, and sponsorship strategy, because crowdfunding and PUES strategy have active local community participation in green open space management and maintenance process that allow them to become overseer to ensure green open space remain for public benefit. Therefore, crowdfunding and PUES show great potential as the best strategy to be imitated by Malaysia and Indonesia. Last and not least, from the review, the author also found two important questions should need further investigation by future researchers, which are: first, which is the most appropriate strategy to be practiced in Malaysia and Indonesia so that productive green open space can be produced? And the second question is how to prove that green open space is productive green open space or not, because previous and current study only emphasize the advantage of green open space over social sustainability. Thank you.